Hey guys, Andy here. I'm sitting here editing footage from my trip still, and I forgot I had some footage of some raccoons at my sister's house, which, you know, used to be the family house, my parents' house, the house I grew up in. And we had pet raccoons. We had many pet raccoons. And as they got older and started to turn wild, we, let them outside more. They would come up and eat the dog food. And they just eventually, went back to wild. But we raised them from babies. People would, they knew we raised coons all around. And if they found a baby coon, they would bring it to us. And we'd feed them and raise them and let them get big and fat and healthy and, eventually turn them loose. I remember we had this one we named Trouble. And that coon was the most playful coon that you ever seen. I mean, we had her for a couple of years before she started to turn, back to a wild animal, and we had to eventually let her go outside and do her thing and, turn back to the wild. And she hung around for years, My dad made sure that he always fed them, but to this day, I mean, we're talking, I was probably before I was even in my teens when we got our first pet coon. And we raised them for a lot of years, so there's a lot of coons at my parents' house. And that's what this is about, is some footage that I recorded when I went home for Thanksgiving to see my sister and my brother and my daughter and my granddaughter and a lot of other people and a lot of sights. I recorded some coons in my sister's front yard, and you can hear in the video that she said either the previous year or 2 years previous, she had 38 coons in the front yard that she could count. So she's got a lot of coons around, and she still feeds them dog food. Young coons, we fed them the boxed Gerber baby cereal with water and a fresh egg, and then like a good heaping teaspoon of sugar. They like the sweet. But every coon that we ever raised, that's what we fed them on, to get them to grow up and be healthy. And it worked great. And, there's still coons there to prove it. And I've got some footage of some raccoons. It's not all that good of footage because I was recording from inside the house. I did try to open the door once and go out, and they kind of scurried off into the darkness. But they came back, and I recorded some more. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys, some cool raccoons.
Where are Shrek and Fiona? I suggest you freaks cooperate with the new...
Hear me? There was 38 of them out there. Like last year. Year before that I counted.
I'm just recording them.
Can you imagine 38?
Yeah.
That was what we could see, not what was under the deck. Or off in the distance.
Crazy.
Do it all. Right here, Annie.
Gee.
Every morning.
Huh.
I'd have to say, get off the deck or I'm not going to feed you. Mama and all 6 babies would come right down here and look at me, and I'd feed them marshmallows every morning.
It's crazy.
I come out here when there was 38 were out here. I'm not kidding you, I was swarmed.